Hello and welcome back guys to the channel. Right, I know this is the first video since January 2023, but it's a big one, right? So in particularly we're going to be learning on how to trade with the banks. And of course, first thing is first, right? We need to analyze structure based on a high time frame to lower time frame approach, which is also called the multi-time frame analysis. And from that, once we can zoom out to the maximum and see the bigger picture on what price is doing. And of course, I'm on the USD JPY 15-minute chart. So from here we can see that price made a low, right? A lower low, right? A lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and then a lower low. So this market structure is pretty much bearish on the eyes, right? It's straightforward bearish. A series of lower highs and lower lows is being made. So when coming now towards the key point that we're looking at, we can basically see that price from this high decided to come and make this low by breaking this structural point here, right? So we have a lower high and a lower low, and from here we need to see our order block, right? In which an order block is simply the last place where price bought before they sold, or price sold before they bought, right? Based on the trend that you're onto. So from here, right, since it's a bearish trend, our order block was pretty much this move here, right? This last buy before the sell, right? So this on its overall is indeed our order block. So since we have a very huge area, right, and we can't have a POI this large, right? We need to refine this towards our maximum level of refinement. And as you can see, we can now omit some things in here, right? Let's delete this. And as you can see from here, right, price was creating this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, and then attempted to break, right? So that's the last buy, and then sold off very hard, right? So it attempted to break as if it's breaking structure and wanting to go bullish. So that's the perfect inducement that we're going to be needing to see on the charts to identify our potential unmitigated order block, or essentially a supply zone. So from there, we now just waited for price to tap into there and make its way back down, in which we did catch some sales here. But as you can see, price came down but failed to take out the low, and then created this low right here. So up until now, we know that this low right here stands as liquidity, and price needs to take that liquidity, but in due time, right? So what price did from here, right, is a simple pullback, in which I'm just expecting a pullback towards somewhere in here, and then a sell-off, right? And from that being a pullback, let's now focus on what our lesson today is basically on. So from this low right here, right? So okay, let's just remove this and keep our charts pretty much clean. Right, from that low right here, price came and formed this high, and from that high, right, let's just zoom out a little bit and see the bigger picture, right? We formed a low and then a high, right? Only focus on areas that structure is being broken, right? So as you can see, this structure point here was only broken right here with the formation of this high. So that's why I took it as that high, and then that low, and then this high, and then this low, and then basically this high right here. So this is the area that we're basically going to focus on, right? And when we come here, what do we see, right? So this is this week's price action, as you can see. So this move here was on Monday, January 23rd, and today's basically Tuesday, January 24th, right? So we had this breaker structure right here. We had this structural break here, and we had this high right here that we were looking for as liquidity, right? So this is liquidity that needs to be taken, so we mark it in LR, next liquidity run. And from that area, we now need to identify our order block, right? Our potential area, since this is the bullish trend, right? So we need to identify our potential area that price sold before they bought, right? So this area here is going to be keen for our entry, and we want to see price come back down, hit and mitigate this area before going up, targeting the overall high as liquidity, right? So And the reason of using order blocks, so we need to know what order blocks are, right? Order blocks are just pools of orders, right? So particularly, right, because we call it the last down move before the up move, meaning what? Banks and financial institutions, the big players in the market, sold this area very hard and then bought it even harder, meaning what? There are some positions in here running on a very big negative loss and they need to be closed. So the big boys take the market down, close these orders in here at break even, and once these orders are closed, price can now go back to the long run trend, right? And that's just a simple concept of how order blocks operate. So let's now focus on our structure, right? So as you can see, from this low here, price came up and formed this inner structural low, which means it's a high. It's a weak high formed by a weak low, meaning what? This is a weak high since it failed to do what? To break structure. And it's going to induce some people to think that it's a sell during its pullback, but instead it's just acting like what? It's just acting as liquidity. So as you can see now, price comes back and makes a low right here. And from this low, price shoots up and comes to take off this this previous structural high, right? Meaning what? This is the last area that they sold before they bought. And this is the low that broke structure, meaning this is our strong low, and this low should hold if this market is indeed going bullish, right? So from here, we're pretty much ranging between what? This low. We're pretty much ranging between this low right here and this high. And this high, right? It's pretty much clear from this low to this high. So that's where the pullback starts, right? On Tuesday, January 24th, which is today, right? So this is the entry that I took myself today, and this is me breaking it down. So from here, we need to see, we need to identify our order block, right? Standing or sitting in here, right? Which is, of course, the last place that they sold before they bought very hard. And that place being where exactly? Here, right? So as you can see, from this low, price comes up, they sell it very hard, and then they buy it even harder. So that's our order block, right? Our unmitigated order block, to be much more precise. And we're gonna look into this order block for our bullish orders to take out this high. Lo and behold, price makes its way all the way back down into that order block area. And from here, we can now drop down timeframes towards the 1 minute chart and look for that confirmation that we need to take our entry to the top side, right? Okay, so from here, we can now see that price is basically moving, right? A low, a high, right? A low that takes out this low, right? And then a high, and then price becomes very much crazy. And in this instance, you need to be very, very keen on structure, right? So from there, we now have a new low, a high, and then a low. Now, from here, all we're doing is ranging, right? Sorry. So we're particularly ranging from this low here. From that high to this low, and all we need to see is a clear break of structure, and that break should be by a body of a candle, right? So we're basically going to be waiting for, since we're in our higher time frame POI, so now we're sitting ducks in the lower time frame, waiting either for the break of the high to confirm that this market is ready to go bullish, or for the break of the low to confirm that we should still wait and see if price is really going to hold within this order block, or is this trend about to be violated, right? And from that concept, all we did was wait, and lo and behold, price came up with this body right here and broke out this high, meaning what? This is now our confirmation that price is, of course, ready to go bullish from this order block. So all we need to see is also an internal order block in here, right? The last down move before the up move, right? Which is here, right? This is the last place that they sold before they bought, right? Within the confirmatory time frame, of course. So this right here is going to be our what? That right there is going to be our POI, our point of interest, or our point of entry, to be more precise. So that there is our entry. Stop loss just a little below the a little below the low, which makes it a 5.5 pip stop loss. And our take profit target, of course, so this is the fun part, this is the crazy part of trading with the banks, right? So our take profit target is going to be all the way up there towards this higher time frame high, which makes it 110 pips take profit target, right, with a 5.5 pip stop loss, which in turn makes it a 1 to 20 risk to reward ratio, right? Boom. So this is your trade on the 15-minute time frame. So this is how it looked like, right? And then this is the trade that I took myself today, and it is what it is, right? 5.5 pip stop loss, 110.2 pips take profit target, which is hit with absolute momentum and accuracy and speed also, right? So this is the upside of trading with the banks, right? And of course, it's a live example from today's price action, so this is not old shit. Yeah. By the way, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and if you did, then make sure you leave that thumbs up, like the video, of course subscribe if you haven't, and turn that bell button on for future notifications, because we're gonna be dropping some really deep content. And until the next one, guys, stay safe, have a nice trading week, everybody, and of course, peace out.